2015 아시아 태평양경제협력체 최고경영자 고위급 회의에 참석하는 상공업계 최고경영자와 학술계 전문가가 CCTV와의 인터뷰에서 중국의 경제 성장이 둔화되긴 했지만 이는 중국 경제가 업그레이드를 실현하고 있음을 말해준다고 분석했습니다. 또 조정을 거친 후에 중국 경제 성장 수준이 한층 향상되고 세계 경제를 잘 이끌어 나갈 것이라며 중국 경제에 대한 확신을 드러냈습니다.
Well, there's no doubt the Chinese economy has slowed from its pace of growth in previous years. We think that that's understandable. We think it's probably the right thing to have a slower economy looking for higher quality growth, and it's more sustainable at that level.
Well, China needs still a lot of reform, and reform in opening up business for private enterprise and opening up trade with other countries was a very important part of China's development in the past, and it still has to be a very important part. So reform is once again a very high priority, and hopefully China will be able to do that.
I think sometimes when an economy goes from very fast-paced growth to slower growth, there can sometimes be some issues making that transition. Certainly as the middle classes start to earn more, they have different aspirations, and certainly the labour costs rise. But some of the things that I think will probably be focused on in the future include the rule of law, copyright protection, and of course how to grow your population.
We know it's going through some important changes at the moment. The focus is moving from exports to domestic consumption. Those changes will take time. I think the fact that the Chinese government and Chinese businesses are increasingly focusing on domestic consumption. They're not just focused on export markets, exporting to Europe, to North America and to the rest of Asia. They're increasingly focusing on domestic consumption as well. And that's going to raise the standard of living for the people of China. That provides opportunities for countries like Australia to export high-quality agricultural products to China. So for me, the most impressive thing about the Chinese economic development now and in the future will be the rising standard of living and the focus on domestic consumption.
I really believe in Chinese economy. The slowdown is a readjustment. President Xi Jinping always talk about reform, talk about new normal. I sincerely believe that when all this passes, China is going to be very strong, very solid, and that is going to help not just Thailand. You know, closer to China is ASEAN, and other countries will become very stable. And that sometimes you think about growth and in substitution for stable, I would pick stable more important than growth.